What's up, sixth grade? Good to see you. Today we will do Chapter 11 review odds. For homework, you will do Chapter 11 review evens. All right, let's get started. Just as a refresher, here are the formulas for the circumference of a circle and also the area of a circle. I also wrote it on my mini whiteboard here for you, like so. Okay, so circumference of a circle is pi times d, or we can use 2 pi r. Area of a circle, we're going to use pi r squared. And later on in the review, we're going to use this distance formula, which is speed times time. Okay, all right. So can you pause the video and do numbers 1, 3, and 5? And I'll see you when you're ready. Hi. Okay, so let's look at number 1. So number 1 is written like this. So we have to find the area of the circle, and we're using 22/7 as an approximation for pi. And in that picture, they give us the diameter. So to find the radius, I gotta take half of the diameter, which is 49 centimeters, okay? So now I have 22/7 times 49 squared, which is 49 times 49. And I like that because I can do 49 divided by 7, and then you just get 7. So then now it's 22 times 7 times 49, which is 7,546 square centimeters as my answer. And I'll just circle that in red. Okay. All right. So number 3, okay, we want to find the distance around the semicircle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go halfway around the circumference of a full circle. Okay, so they give us d, which is 14. So half times my approximation for pi is 22/7 times the diameter, which is 14. And ooh, I like this because I can do 22 divided by 2, which is 11. Okay, so then now I have 11/7 times 14. And again, I like this because I can do 14 divided by 7, which is 2. So now I have 11 times 2, which is 22 feet. Okay. And number 5, we want to find the distance around that quadrant. And notice here, it says that are we given the radius or the diameter in this picture? We're given the radius because this is actually a quadrant, okay? So the circumference of the quadrant is 1/4 times the circumference of a full circle. And I'm using my circumference formula that includes r, okay? Because we are given r, okay? And so I have 1/4 times 2 times my approximation for pi, which is 3.14 times r, which is 5, okay? And then I like this 1/4 times 2 is just 1/2, okay? And then 1/2 times 3.14 times 5, and then what's half of 5? Half of 5 is 2.5, like 2.5, so then it becomes 2.5 times 3.14. Okay, and then your answer is 7.85 meters. But it says to round it to the nearest tenth. So this is 5 is in the hundredths, 8 is in the tenths, and so I see that's a 5, so this has to be 7.9 meters. Okay. All right. Woo, we're getting through it. It's getting a little bit easier, isn't it, with practice? Yeah. Have you guys memorized the formula yet? I know that during this stay-at-home studying, this remote learning, you're allowed to use open book, but with a lot of practice, you might just be memorizing the formula anyway, right? Okay. So let me just make my video screen a tad smaller. Okay. Can you pause the video and do number 7 and 9? Okay. All right, I'll be waiting. Hi again. All right, let's look at 7. So I just drew a picture to help me understand what I was talking about. We have a disc with a diameter of 10 inches, and we want to find the circumference and area. So the circumference is pi times d. I'm going to use that formula because I have my diameter here, which is 3.14 times 10. And I love that because when I multiply by a 10, I know I just have to move the decimal place to the right once. So it's 31.4 inches. Now for the area of the circle, I have my formula pi r squared. So to find the radius, I'm going to divide the diameter by 2, which is 5 inches. So 3.14 times 10 squared, and 10 squared is 10 times 10, which is just 100. So I'm doing 3.14 times 100. Oh, and I love multiplying by 100 because I just have to move the decimal place 2 places to the right. And that's 314 square inches. Okay, and here, I'll just circle the answers. Okay, just to show you the work. All right. Oh, sorry. Not yet. Okay. You don't get that affirmation yet. All right, let's do number 9. All right, number 9, we're finding the circumference of a circular table. So, they tell us the circumference of that circular table. Okay, so I drew a picture. So look at the black circle. We don't know the radius, okay? But the circumference, which I traced in red, is 816.4 centimeters. So our goal is to find the radius. So I'm going to write my circumference formula, which is 2 pi r, because I'm trying to find radius. I'm using the formula with r. And then so I'm putting in the values of the circumference as 816.4, which is equal to 2 times 3.14 times r. 2 times 3.14 is 6.28, right? And then I'm going to divide this side of the equation and that side of the equation by 6.28 because I want r on one side, okay? And then I get r is equal to 816.4 divided by 6.28, which is 130 centimeters for the radius. Cool. Okay, can you pause the video and try to do numbers 11 and 13 on your own? This is our last set of questions. Okay. Hi. All right. Let's try number 11. So I'm assuming you read it, so I'm not going to read it. Basically, this is a press, like a metal press, and you open it like that. Kind of looks like maybe a waffle iron, but it presses metal. And when you open it like this, it creates this arc. It tells us here that that's the radius, and that would be the arc. And this looks like it's a quadrant, isn't it? Right? A quadrant, like 1/4 of a circle. And so for part A, the circumference of a quadrant is 1/4 times the circumference of a regular circle, and I'm using 2 pi r because we're given r. And so I'm inputting in my value. So 1/4 times 2 times 22/7 as my approximation for pi times 38.5. And then I like this because my 2's 1/4 times 2 is just 1/2 over here, okay? 1/2 times my approximation for pi times 38.5. And then I like that because I can do 22 divided by 2. So then this is 11. So 11/7 times 38.5 is 60.5 centimeters as my circumference of the quadrant. Just that arc. That quadrant arc, I guess. All right. Okay, so that's part A. And then for part B, we want to find the speed of the stamping plate. So remember that our distance formula is speed times time, but I want to find the speed. So to get speed on one side, what should I do? Well, I see to get speed on one side, I'm going to divide both sides by time. Okay. So if I do that, my time cancels out, right? And then I have speed is equal to distance over time, right? So I'll show you, right? Distance, speed is distance over time. Okay, so knowing that, let's look here. Okay, so speed is distance over time, and my distance of that arc is 60.5, right? And then my time is given here in the information. It takes 5 seconds to open and close the stamping plate one time. Okay, so that's my time. So divide it by 5, and you get 12.1 centimeters per second. Okay. All right, and part C. So we want to know, well, we know that one piece of metal takes how many seconds? Okay, well, it takes one piece of metal takes 5 seconds. Okay, how many seconds does it take to make 500 pieces of metal? Okay, or to press 500 pieces of metal? Okay, so from one piece to 500, I have to multiply 1 by 500 to get 500 pieces. And then whatever I do on this side, I have to do it on the other side, right? So 5 seconds times 500 is 2,500 seconds. And they want the unit in seconds, so I'm going to just leave it like that. Okay. Let's look at 13. So 13, we have these 3 figures. And we actually have 3 circles here. And each of the circles has the same radius of 15 feet. Okay, so this is 15, this is 15. And the shaded part in each circle is 1/6 of the area of the whole circle. Okay, so first let's just find the shaded part of one circle. Okay, and so the area of the 1/6 circle of just one circle is 1/6 times the area of one circle. Okay, pi r squared. And so when I input in the values, I get 1/6 times 3.14 times the radius squared, which is 15 squared. And 15 squared is just 15 times 15. And I like that because I can do 15, 15/6 becomes 5 halves, okay? And then so it's 1/2 times 5 times 15, and 5 times 15 is 75, all right, times 3.14. And then half of 75 is 37.5, and I'm going to multiply that by 3.14, and I get 117.75 square feet. As for the area of the shaded part of only one circle. But how many circles are there? There's 3. Okay, so I'm going to multiply 3 times the area of one shaded circle, okay, and then that becomes 353.25 square feet. Okay, my camera looks a bit out of focus. Okay, there we go. All right. Woo! Woo! Okay. I think you'll be ready for our test. And remember, our test is open book. You can use the lesson videos, you can use your textbook and online resources to help you complete the assessment questions. All right. right, I'll see you on Thursday.